Hi, this is Artsy Wisdom. My name is Diane. Monday night, tomorrow's big election day, and I feel like there's a space between now and then, and I want to fill it with positive energy because there's so much amped up angst. I had a girlfriend today I haven't talked to. She was out of the country for a few weeks, and she's going through some stuff, and I think it's really all related. She's worried about world. She's worried about Middle East. She's worried about Europe and stuff. What, of course, but it's hard to stay positive when this is swirling around us. We're gonna get through this. There's always difficulties in the world. Sometimes more, sometimes less. But once we pass through this wall of fire, we will come out the other side. And again, there'll be other things, there'll be other hurdles, but we're moving forward. Things are looking up. Okay. I just wanted to give that positive vision that I had for the country and the world. And, there's always bad people with big egos that want to do bad things, but we're going to stay in the light, or I am. I suggest we all try to do that as best possible. Spread light and love, send light and love around all the election lines, all these precincts where everybody's voting and they might have a long wait and they don't give up, and people are kind to each other because, like I've said before, 98% of people are very kind to each other. It's just this attitude right now. It makes you scared. Yeah. So I had a few questions from viewers. Today I look a little messy because today I worked on my paints for my mural project. I had to combine stuff and I have some clients tomorrow, so I'm just feeling like I just want to hurry up and hop on and do this. So please ignore my kind of ruffled exterior. I was going to read these questions. Now, somebody had asked Marjorie Taylor Greene versus her opponent, Sean Harris, in her district. They had asked if she could win or beat. And in the past, I've seen her, yes, and I feel she still is a strong candidate. I do feel like she'll probably win. I've said this, I may be wrong. These are only experiments for entertainment purposes only. But I do feel like she'll probably win her district. Now, Lauren Boebert in Colorado. I didn't ever look into her. Well, I did a while back, maybe a couple months ago. I know she changed districts. She just doesn't have the class that MTG has. And I'm joking, I'm being sarcastic. But there's something that, it's just like she doesn't have the depth to her. Not that Marjorie Taylor Greene has much depth, but at least I feel like there's some, I don't want to say intelligence, but something behind that. Even though she's saying that the Helene was created, the hurricane, by the Democrats. Yeah, like the lasers, the Jewish lasers that are shooting. Yeah, it's terrible. But people love her because she's tenacious. Her district, I guess. But Lauren Boebert, let's go back to her. I'm going to pull one card for Lauren Boebert. King of Pentacles. She has a decent amount of money, and she's fighting. This has been, she's going to be by herself. She has the Nine of Wands, which means, at the end of battle. And then I see her as the Hermit, all by herself. And this is usually a very spiritual card, so I think she may have to go to church and say, wait a minute, God, I don't know what I did wrong. Yeah. Two of Pentacles. There may be some indecision around the election, but I don't think so. I think she's not going to win her district. Okay, take it or leave it. And somebody asked if let me see. If Georgia and Arizona go to Trump, can Kamala still win the whole? Yeah, I think so. I don't think they are the make or break. It changes things. She has to do all the other ones, but like yesterday or the day before when I looked into Arizona and Georgia, I feel Trump will take Georgia still, even though Biden won last time. I don't know. Arizona's it's really, really a tight race. I used to say it would be Democrat. Then I'm recently it's Trump. I know that sounds like I'm being wishy-washy and non-committal, but I do feel Carrie Lake won't win, but that's a whole different thing. I do feel like I see red when it comes to Arizona. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. How about that? I hope I'm wrong. But let me go to Trump this time around. Okay. And what were the other questions? First of all, we're going to get through this. Light and love, all the lines, everything. Somebody was talking about we should take our flag back. Garden Genie says, like MAGA group makes these Trump flags everywhere on trucks, and they fly. They're very like arrogant or out there, like so ostentatious and boisterous, and I don't know what it is. Democrats, we seem to be more inner thoughtful, and we're not as like hammering at home like they do. And so she's suggesting that we take our flag back and make it a democratic symbol instead of just because she's right. Well, it says we are the true Americans. I do think MAGA people have been lied to, and they believe what they're hearing, and I don't think they're all bad. I just think they've been like, I don't want to say brainwashed. Maybe I am saying brainwashed. They believe. They're like, it's turned into a little bit of a cult, and they believe things he says. And if I believe somebody, then I believe somebody, and I believe they're telling me the truth, and they're not able to separate what he's saying with reality for whatever reason. But they'll come around. I do think they'll come around. What do you see? Georgia MTG and her running mate. Do you feel he can push her out? Running mate meaning, I think, the candidate. I talked about that. This Fiona, she's my Australian viewer. She's talking about how Trump seems to use, well, I think he uses legal and illegal substances to keep him up, quote unquote, up, hyped and surviving, because he's so, he's older and he needs stuff to keep him going. And she's just, she's younger. She's 60, but she's still younger. Somebody had asked about West Virginia. They had hoped that Manchin seat, Mayor Elliott for Manchin seat, because, God, what's his first name? Can't think of Joe Manchin's seat, because he's retiring or he's leaving his seat open. And he was a Democrat in a very, Republican state. She's saying Mayor Elliott did a really good job in their city, and she's seen a lot more signs for him than Governor Justice, and Baby Dog. Not sure who Baby Dog is. And also pray for Mayor Williams for the West Virginia governor race over the West Virginia AG Morrissey. Pray West Virginia is the surprise. Biden's CHIPS Act brought lots of jobs there. Good. Yeah. Those infrastructure bills, it just slowly percolates in. So many of the Republicans that say, I'm going to vote for Trump because of inflation. People forget there's inflation all over the world. It's just not isolated to the states. There's not just a homeless problem in the United States. Rent and housing is in short supply all over the world. So I've seen it in Canada, and it's difficult. So we think we have all the problems, and it's all our president's fault just for those 3-4 years. But everything's a long history. So there's a delay when people put in bills or policies, and before the credit is, and the person in power takes the credit when it wasn't their choice. And then Crystal Blue Persuasion says, I think a lot of Republican farmers in Iowa and Nebraska will secretly vote for Harris too, because I had talked about Wisconsin looking green, and I don't know, I feel like a lot of women that are married to Republicans, or they were Republicans or are Republicans, I think they're going to break away from their husband or partner and vote differently for Democrats or Kamala, because I guess that Ann Severson, who did the Iowa polls, who's like really, really good at it, she said the women over 65 are coming out in droves, and I love that. And My husband said white women are the biggest majority of voters, which I find interesting. And she's saying this Crystal Blue Persuasion says she feels like a lot of women are secretly voting for Harris. And the farmers, I guess, lost a lot during Trump's time. The tariffs were really bad for the farmers. I have two brothers in the steel industry. My father's in the steel industry. Tariffs are not good. They are not. It goes directly to the consumer. Certain things, yes, if we need to, have conflict with another country, do that. But for our situation, we have to work with other countries. It's not a black and white world anymore. We're all mixed up, and the global economy is real. It is. And somebody had asked me about the Senate maybe staying blue, and I wasn't sure. That was what I read on CNN, that it would be Republican, and I think in the past I thought for sure it would be blue, because there's so many people that may pick Kamala and then go and down ballot do Republicans, or elect a Republican person for their congressman or senator. I do feel as if Congress is going to go blue. I don't know why, but Senate will stay barely blue. All right, I'm going to take a second here. I think Senate's going to be tied. So that would mean the vice president, whoever that is, would be the tiebreaker. So that would mean Democrat, which is good. That would be Tim Walz. To Congress, I think it's going blue. I think it's going to be Democrat. I think we're going to gain a few seats, and it's Hakeem Jeffries will be the leader of the House. Wouldn't that be lovely? Oh, hope I'm so right. So I just wanted to read those questions and just say we're going to be okay. We're going to be fine. And I know there's going to be a lot of people glued to the TV tomorrow and watching the returns, but I know last time in 2020 I went to bed depressed because the returns were coming back and it looked like Trump was winning. I woke up and I was like, oh. He wasn't. He did it. It was because of all the mail-in ballots and the delayed counts and that kind of thing. So when you go to bed tomorrow, say a good prayer and just hope for the best. I know I will, although very stressful. Light and love to you guys. Take care. We're going to get through this again. Until next time.